about, let's talk about pelvic floor. Let's talk about you and it. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about pelvic floor. Hi, my name is Linnell Ebel and I'm from Hot Fox Fitness, and today we're going to talk about pelvic floor. You might not know what it is. That's okay. We'll talk about pelvic floor and how that works with your core. And then I'm going to share with you some benefits of seeing a pelvic floor physiotherapist, as well as some signs and symptoms, like a checklist that you can go through and see if you need to see a pelvic floor physiotherapist. And at the end, I'm just going to share with you a little bit of exciting news about Hot Fox Fitness. Sound good? Okay. First things first, your pelvic floor. So your pelvic floor is actually part of your core. So I'm going to use this can of chickpeas, one of my favorite foods, to explain how your core actually works. So you have your diaphragm, which is on top, and your pelvic floor, which is on the bottom. And then you have a muscle called the transverse abdominis. We'll pretend that your nutrition label is your spine. And so your transverse abdominis starts on your spine and wraps all the way around, just like this label does, and then attaches on the other side of your spine. And then on your spine, we have another muscle called the multifidus. And the multifidus attaches all the way up your spine to each of the different muscles. It's a teeny tiny little muscle. When all of those muscles work together as they should, it creates stability and support for our spine and our hips. So if you have an achy back or hips and things like that, that could be because your pelvic floor and your core aren't working properly. So what does that look like? Well, think of it like an elevator. When you inhale, your diaphragm is going to go down. And everything works together, then your pelvic floor is also going down, your transverse abdominis, and your multifidus is relaxing. Now, for your pelvic floor to go down, it has to relax too. When we exhale, that's our power mode. We'll go, we want to create power when we exhale. That's when the diaphragm raises and the pelvic floor engages, comes with it. The transverse abdominis engages, and so does our multifidus. Does that make sense? Cool. Awesome. Now, I just about forgot what I was going to say. Okay, breathing. So let's focus on some breathing right now so you can see if you can get your pelvic floor to engage. But first, we'll start with the inhale or the exhale. Sorry, inhale, and then we'll exhale. So when you inhale, it's really important that you breathe through your ribcage and into your belly so that everything can relax. So take a deep breath in, expand into your belly, and think about your anus blossoming. So it's opening up, because it's really important that we can relax our pelvic floor too. So take a deep breath in and blossom. Good. And exhale. And try that again. Inhale and exhale and blossom. Awesome. Okay. When we exhale, that's when we want our pelvic floor to engage, as well as our transverse abdominis and our multifidus. So this time, when you inhale, think about the blossom, belly and blossom, and when you exhale, I want you to think about as if you're picking up a marble and lifting it up. And you're picking it up with your anus and your vagina. Does that make sense? Okay. So take a deep breath in and exhale, picking up that marble, and inhale, blossoming, and exhale, marble. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you to actually practice that. It's easiest to do lying down. That being said, you can do it sitting or whatever if you're standing at work, because that's just what's easiest for you. Just try it and see if you can start to feel your pelvic floor engage. If you can't yet, that's okay. Especially if you just recently had a baby, it's really hard to engage your core after you've delivered, even if you've had a C-section. Okay, so next, what are the benefits of seeing a pelvic floor physiotherapist? Well, I have to tell you, they're awesome, the benefits. Like number one, improve your sex life. I never would have guessed that seeing a physiotherapist, let alone a pelvic floor physiotherapist, could improve my sex life. But if you have pain on penetration or during intercourse, who wants to have sex? But it's also a sign of pelvic floor dysfunction, and they can help fix that. How cool is that? So tell your partner you're going to the pelvic floor physiotherapist because it's going to improve your sex life. Sound good? Awesome. Another reason that they can help you out and improve your quality of life is you won't have to run your life around bathrooms anymore. So you won't have to plan everything around bathrooms. I was just checking to make sure my volume is working. Because nobody wants to have to run their life around bathrooms. When you potty trained your toddler, that was stressful. You're constantly having to think about where's a bathroom, when's a bathroom. You don't want to have to do that for yourself as an adult. And if you're currently doing that now, there is an answer. Go see your pelvic floor physiotherapist so they can help you out. And you don't want to miss out on activities, playing with your kids or jumping on the trampoline, all those fun things, because you're worried about peeing your pants. Nobody wants to pee their pants, but do you really want to miss out on all those fun activities because you're worried about leaking? Your pelvic floor physiotherapist can help stop the leaking so that you can enjoy all those activities, that you can have fun, that you don't have to worry about coughing, sneezing, or laughing in public and ending up wetting yourself. Sound good? Okay. Awesome. So let's talk about some signs and symptoms that you may have. And so if you say yes to even one of these, I really highly recommend that you go see a pelvic floor physiotherapist. I love Adventure Physio here in Grand Prairie, but I'm sure you can find a great one wherever you live. So, first one, if you pee more than 6 to 8 times per day, you have a pelvic floor issue. If you leak urine when coughing, sneezing, laughing, exercising, or any other way that you are exerting yourself, that's a pelvic floor issue. If you find that you can't make it to the toilet in time, if you have pain during intercourse or on penetration, if you have a feeling of heaviness in the perineum, so the perineum is like a diamond shape that you're sitting on right now if you're sitting down. It goes from the pubic bone to the coccyx, and there's 2 little bones on the side called the, it's a really long name, so I'm not going to tell you. It's a rami is the short version, but it creates a diamond. So that's your perineum. If it feels like something is coming out or falling out of your vagina, you have difficulty inserting a tampon, your bladder never feels empty. Now this one's super annoying. I had this issue before I went and saw a pelvic floor physio, and literally I'd go pee and then I'd stand up and I need to go pee again. Like, who needs that? Fecal leakage, constipation, it just doesn't feel right down there. You always have to rush to the bathroom. You have pain during your monthly cycles. You have abdominal splitting, which is also known as diastasis recti. You have pubic bone pain, low back, and hip pain. Okay, so yes to any one of those, please find a pelvic floor physiotherapist and get in. So if you've been diagnosed with pelvic organ prolapse and haven't been referred to a pelvic floor physiotherapist, I highly recommend you refer yourself. Then the other thing to think about with pelvic organ prolapse, you don't always have symptoms. So you could have a prolapse and not know. Pelvic floor physiotherapists can help find that out. If you perform high-intense activities, you may also have some pelvic floor dysfunction going on. You're more likely, you're hypertonic, which means you have trouble releasing your pelvic floor as opposed to engaging it. But if you do things like heavy lifting, you jump on a trampoline a lot, maybe you're a professional gymnast, you're a runner, anything that's high impact, that can cause problems with your pelvic floor. And it's not that you need to stop doing them. You just need to learn how to fix it, and then work with someone that can help you get it working better. Does that make sense? Now, your mom brain might be going and you're like, hey, my kid has some of these issues. And kids can benefit from pelvic floor physio. So if you have a kid that has accidents at night, constipation issues, poor control of bathroom routines, talk to your pelvic floor physiotherapist about them being seen. So I hope you've gotten a lot out of today's video. I want to just finish off by letting you know I'm putting together a brand new program starting November 4th, 2019. So this program is specifically for busy moms who want more energy and more confidence in the next 60 days. It's a remote program, so you can join from anywhere in the world. I'm specifically looking for 5 busy moms to test it for me at a huge discount. Help me work out all the kinks, get amazing results that I can use as case studies. So if that's you, please comment with tell me more below, and I'll share details about the exciting program. Have a great day. Embrace your inner fox.